So have you heard about all the latest news for Diablo Immortal? We had app updates and there's a lot of stuff that's been going on. Does this mean the beta is coming very soon? Let's get started. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Captain Nemo. Welcome to another Diablo Immortal video. Today, we're talking about the latest news in Immortal, and there's been a lot of them. We're going to talk about all of that. Some people are saying that all of this stuff that's happened is pointing to the fact that maybe beta is coming very soon. A lot of exciting stuff. Remember, before we get started, this video is chaptered, so you can skip around anytime you like videos chapters. While you're down there, smash the like, hit the subscribe, stay tuned for the latest content. Like the Immortal Podcast, I'll link an episode for you up top. It's a show all about Diablo Immortal. If you haven't seen it, you definitely should. You should definitely check it out. Link it for you up top. So let's get started. Alright, so what's been happening in Immortal? So much stuff. So many different things. I'll link some videos for you up top if you want more details. But in general, a lot of stuff has been happening. Some of the key things that I'm going to point to you. Lots of updates. Lots and lots of updates in the Google Play Store. I believe this is the 14th or the 15th update for Diablo Immortal. Now, when we first started back 2 years ago, we've had no updates for the longest time. For years, no updates. Then all of a sudden, back in August, when they did the internal tests within the company themselves for all the for all the Blizzard employees and etc., then there were some updates there. And all of a sudden, it's like update. Some updates were within days even. Now, as far as what exactly happened in those updates, there isn't really anything that's changed except for one thing. Now, I did cover this in multiple different videos. There's a compatibility list now because some people have found out that after a certain update, their device says that it's not compatible anymore at the Google Play Store. Now, don't worry, don't freak out. If you are one of those people, I have made a video and I actually kind of talk about it. Blizzard did address this themselves. They came out and they said, listen, don't worry. We're just kind of honing in for the first initial test of the beta. We're honing in on these specific devices because we need to do testing of those devices. Now, if you don't have a device that's part of that list, you will be in that I'm not compatible list for a little while until they make that list bigger and bigger and bigger. And they do hope, they said this several times. Like I said, I'll point the video for you up top, get the details. I actually will quote them right there. You can read what they say, but they've basically said that they hope that this list gets expanded and gets to be as big as possible. They want Diablo Immortal to be played on every device, not just certain ones. So don't freak out if you look at the Play Store right now and you're not compatible, even though you've been pre-registered or whatever, or if you're searching in the Play Store and it doesn't show up for you, don't worry, don't freak out. Things will change very soon as per Blizzard themselves. So what's really going on? A lot of people are getting really excited, like, oh, what, Nemo, I'm seeing updates, there are things that are happening. Is this the light at the end of the tunnel? Is this what's happening? We've been waiting for so long. We're going to be able to finally have Immortal in our hands and hold it and play it after years. Oh, is this really happening? Good Lord. Maybe. Because nobody really knows. Only Blizzard knows when Immortal is finally going to get here, when beta is going to get here. But if I were to venture a guess, and this would be an educated guess, I'll tell you why. Because I still, to this day, work in software and hardware development. I work for a very big tech company. I know how the cycles work for testing. I know how it works, how you produce stuff, how you pump it out to the market and all that. And in my professional opinion, the last step of putting something out to the market is to do compatibility testing on the latest devices, especially when it comes to Android. So what this means to me, in my guess, it means that Diablo Immortal the beta is probably going to be sooner than I said, because I made a guess on the first episode of the Immortal Podcast. I'll link the show for you up top if you haven't seen it. We talked about this a little bit and we all made guesses, and my guess was that we're going to see beta sometime in March, and we're going to see Immortal next year. We're going to see Immortal at the end of 2021. That was my guess. Now, and to be honest with you, with all the things that are happening right now, I do have to scale that back. I think it's going to be much sooner than that because it is not going to take that long to do the compatibility testing. This is the last final stages, in my opinion. I don't know. I've been working for Blizzard, but I have worked, like I said, for other software companies before, and that's what we do. The last set is compatibility testing. It's done. The game is written. It's all over. It is ready to go. I'm so excited. So what does this mean? That means the beta is coming very soon. I don't know when that is. They did say external beta testing coming very soon in the Q3 financial report. I'll link a video for you if you haven't seen that one. I did a whole coverage of that whole meeting, right? But in general, I probably say less than 2 months for beta. I do. Maybe even by the end of the year, or possibly. I mean, are we talking by the end of December? Maybe. Are we talking maybe in January? It's possible. We might be able to see beta, early January. That's pretty crazy.